And good morning, humanity. It's April 12th. No, it's not. It's April 19th, 2021. And it's our favorite time of the week. It's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Good morning, everybody. This is Bev.
Hey, hey. Hello, Bev. I'm a week behind here. Things are moving so quick.
I know it's true. It's true.
Hey, everybody. We hope that you're having a good day today. I'm trying something new here, and I'm not sure I can receive your postings or your messages. Try and do that over there if you can. Just say hi, and I'll see if I can respond to it, the comment section. But otherwise, we're going to talk about why skin on skin. You got skin in the game? Wasn't that a statement? You got skin in the game?
Skin game. It is.
So, BioTouch is one person touching another on the skin. First thing we want to do, though, is thank Charlene Barron from Bonita Springs, Florida. She took our training this weekend. We had a bunch of people and they canceled out, but she wanted to do it. So Eileen
Yep.
and her did the training. They had a wonderful time, a couple of computer glitches, but she's actually a nurse, has her own nurse advocacy program
It's
out there
great.
in Bonita Springs. This would just be perfect for that.
I know.
And it was funny too, her whole thing about, I was starting to do touch things with people and getting these amazing results. And
Yeah. It's perfect. I'm so excited for her and for us to have her part of sharing BioTouch in her community.
right. So let us move into turning off the phone.
First things first.
All right, there we go. And we're going to talk about why skin on skin. And we have some research. We have our little scientific proof of why we do it. And so one of the first things we'll talk about is, yeah, why do we even say that in the beginning? On the body, two fingers lightly on the skin.
Well, we've discussed this before, but I think this show I'm going to kind of repeat what I have thought for a very, very long time. And we've actually mentioned it before that BioTouch is a divine idea. And the reason I say that is because the whole foundation of this technique is based on love, a divine essence that comes into the consciousness of humanity. Now, that consciousness is held in what we perceive as a physical body. Every single one of us that's here in this family group called humanity has a body. You've mentioned many times what the Dalai Lama has said. If you want to know, if you want to know about people, look at their bodies. Okay, so
Right.
these are the holding places of something greater. Let's say it that way. This is why I believe that BioTouch is here at this transitional time, this time of tension that is here to move us forward in our consciousness. We've talked about that many times. So, literally, when we use and practice BioTouch, we are stimulating the memories at those cellular memories in the body that eventually leads to what we call self-awareness. It's opening up all of those different aspects of ourself that respond to love. Everything responds to love. And I think this is the greatest reason that BioTouch is here. It is to not just remind us, but to stimulate us into who we already are and have forgotten who we already are. So there's many, many, many different um, aspects of BioTouch that just keep, you know,
Right.
expanding for me all the time. So why don't you tell everybody why you came to what you did this
Yeah.
weekend?
So I worked on a dear friend of mine who was having a problem and very anxious, was feeling sick, thought he might have COVID or whatever, but you could feel the anxiousness. And I'm like, okay, let me just work. Yeah, first thing I told him what, and we'll talk about that a little later. Well, you can work. by thinking of somebody doing the points on you. I think the main thing we always want to get across is our theories of, we're saying why skin on skin. We're just giving you more theories. What we do know is that there's an effect of touching on the skin different than if I did thinking about people, only
Right.
because we're sentient beings, and there's a
Right.
difference. But I was able to work with him, and uh, then I said, okay, I'm doing the greeting, and I did it, and I could feel myself sighing as I'm doing it. And then okay, I'm going to do the lung set, and I told him, okay, now I'm doing step one, and and then I'm doing A of the headset, and I noticed a couple times I was sighing, and when we were done, he was much calmer, and his body felt, you know, he said he felt much more relaxed and wasn't anxious and was able to breathe more. So I don't know, it's sort of like they're documenting that prayer is effective, and so those are all thought processes too. But when the difference between that and touching is profoundly different. And
Mhm.
we're going to share some of that. One of the things we wanted to show was some of the research we showed. Gary Schwartz at the university did a research project where he had students learn BioTouch and then do them on, and they were all neophytes, do it off the body, what they call energetic healing, through the skin, and then on the skin, these same BioTouch points. And one of the questions was, how cared for did people feel? And one of them was stress. And so, as you can see here, the stress related, uh, the blue line is the pre stress levels, and the dotted line is post stress. And you can see non contact had a reduction in stress, through the clothes had more reduction in stress, but a huge reduction in stress when it was on the skin. And one of the other ones that we did was feeling cared for, and this is very significant um, in the sense of, if you can see here, the solid line is how cared for people feel before a session and after a session. And you can see BioTouch had a huge, on the skin, a huge rise in feeling cared for. And the interesting thing was non contact, they felt less cared for.
Pretty cold.
Yeah, so there,
Yeah.
there is something as sentient beings on this earth plane, and as you said earlier, the Dalai Lama says, yeah, if you want to understand the oneness of humanity, look at bodies. That's our agreement here,
Right.
and
Right.
so learning that today with my friend about touching uh, long distance and thinking about it, hey, what? That's what we learned through this pandemic.
Uh, I
You
was
know,
just going to say as I was saying before, the physical body really holds the consciousness. That's the connectedness between humanity. It's not the bodies that are connected, but the technique of biotouch addresses the body, and this is really important because it's unlike a lot of other techniques. It is meant to address the body where all of that consciousness is held.
right?
You can't, we actually have something tangible to touch, not to mention the fact that when we are in that practice, we get to be present with another person. We've talked about this many times, but during this pandemic, we've offered what you were saying about with your friend, that you could actually think about doing those points on him, and with this presence. So you're still caring and giving love, even if you're not actually having physical contact.
Right,
Of course, the perfect scenario is one person touching another person on the
right.
skin, but we do have that.
And
We can
the
still
important
practice
thing
that.
too was I was picturing his body.
Yeah,
So there's still this common denominator between
right.
all of humanity, that we spend our life protecting. you
Yeah,
know,
well,
we were talking about that with Eileen. I was talking about how taking the vaccine, I felt really good, and she said, well, maybe it's because you have less fear. And I realized everything I do is for less fear in
For
relation to
less
this
fear.
body.
Yeah,
I'm afraid. And so
absolutely.
this waking up to my fear, and that's what BioTouch does. It meets people in that fear. You
Yeah.
can't get rid of it.
No.
If we live in a body, we have fear. And BioTouch meets us in that fear. It says it's going to be okay. And we touch that body that's very fearful. It's trying to wake up.
Fragile.
Yeah. And it allows it to unfold its story. It's
Yeah,
an amazing technique,
it is.
and it's
It's
not,
just love. It's
yeah.
just, and that's what happens with love, right?
So
Everything responds to it.
so we always love to share with you our scientific proof of why we touch on the skin,
Yeah.
and so we'll just show it to you here.
So we have to video this. This is the reason that we touch on the skin. This is our scientific proof of why BioTouch is most effective to touch on the skin. Okay? And this is a little ping pong ball that has a circuit board inside, 2 little batteries, and then these 2 metal clips come out. Okay? Now if I just touch the 2 ends of the clips, the ball lights up. Okay? Now, not a big deal. Okay? If you touch one of the clips, and I touch the other clip, and I touch on the skin of it, we hold hands, the ball lights up. Oh, you said, you ain't seen nothing yet. Touch that again. Now, interestingly enough, if I try to do energy work, right, and I do it off the body, we can't get the ball to light. If I touch through the clothes, I can't get the ball to light. But the minute we touch skin to skin, the ball lights. That's just the beginning. If everybody would hold hands all the way around the circle. No, you cannot hear that. We're going to hold hands. All hold hands there. Sam's going to hold one of the tips. And then the minute I touch the other tip, the ball lights up. Now you break over there, Rick, and touch again.
It's so immediate.
Immediate. Immediate. You can put 100 people in a circle, and the minute we all touch skin to skin, the ball will light up. That is our scientific proof of why we do BioTouch on the skin. Thank you very much.
Sorry, thank you for telling me they couldn't hear us.
Oh,
so
uh-oh.
so that's how simple it is, that little video. And we were talking, which you couldn't hear us, about having presented that scientific proof at a conference that was
Conference.
about scientists and healers and PhDs. But in the end of it, people loved it.
Yeah.
I think there's something about the simplicity with BioTouch that attracts people to it. There's a
You know,
prompt. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think, I'm remembering that moment when I'm seeing these, people, and they just turn to each other and lightly touch each other on the arm. And it's almost like it's so innate in us to really want to do that. We really understand at some level that we're here to touch and to, just communicate that love to each other through that touch. And it was like they had permission, and it's like,
Right.
oh, don't get in my space, but you gave them just touch that and they just automatically did it.
And I find that all the time. I mean, one of the
Yeah,
main things when I do presentations, and if anybody out there wants me to come do a presentation, whether that's virtual or not, Bev and I, one of us, we'd be happy to come because
absolutely.
people are yearning for touch.
They're hungry, aren't they?
And
Yeah,
BioTouch in our presentations even gives people permission to touch.
yeah,
Even those old videos we have about the newscasts,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
touched one another uh,
On the
on
news.
the news, and then they sort of were giddy about it.
I
but
know.
they did. They reached over and touched. That's what we need,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
strangers can touch one another. I mean, we need touch. You want gun control? Start touching one another,
Oh, Lordy, yes.
or it doesn't even have to be controlled, but we need to take all that energy, all that separation, all that fear, and we
Yeah.
just need to reach out and touch. So
Yep.
please join with us. Help us pass on this very simple, loving touch to humanity. It's so simple. You go to justtouch.com. You can just download the greeting right there or play the videos. We've got tons of videos on our website. All these shows, we're always showing you how to do another set of points. It can't get much easier. We have classes. Okay, this week we have our health condition workshop
Health condition workshop.
on arrhythmia. And take note of how you spell that. ARRHYTHMIA.
Yep.
And we have that with Eileen Webster. She's our go-to registered pharmacist, certified practitioner, has her own business up there in Dove Mountain, Arizona. She's always a delight to have share her
She is.
incredible knowledge base. That's
Yep.
going to be 6 p.m. Arizona time. You figure out what time that is for you.
Yeah, please.
Arizona, people, well, are you mountain time or say, no, we are Arizona time.
Arizona time.
Because we don't go with the time change. So that's 6 p.m., but there'll also be emails. If you want to get on our email list, just go to the website, sign up just to get on the email list, because we always send these out. And
Right.
she'll talk about arrhythmia, what it is, how it's perceived, and then we'll teach you some of the BioTouch points to take care of arrhythmia or any heart condition for that matter.
Yeah.
Our next virtual training, May 11th, that'll be on a Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 4:30. Again, we're going to offer one more class of the 20% off for massage therapists. Just put in there massage 20. And we'd love to teach you that. We have Denise with us from Turkey again. So, hi,
Hi.
Denise.
Good morning.
Our
One of
new
our
setup-
newly
Yeah.
certified practitioners.
Yep. So that's what we do. We touch on the skin. We want you to reach out and touch someone today. Please just take the 2 fingers and just do it to yourself right now.
Yeah.
Just
Just
feel
lightly
that lightly
touch.
touching on the skin.
It's beautiful.
Do those points on yourself. Think of somebody doing it with you. Okay, this is about relationship.
Yep.
This is not, and it's not about going to some expert out in the field. You are the expert, and whoever you show it to will be an expert. You don't have to be Norman Cochran or myself or Bev or any of the instructors. You have everything it takes the very moment that you take those 2 fingers and touch another human being.
True.
Well, anything else? We could take a little time to teach some points, but we're running out of time. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
going to just show that here. We're going to just show you the first step of metabolism.
The metabolism set can be used to help the body assimilate what it needs and eliminate what it doesn't need. The metabolism set has 2 steps. Step 1 involves touching points in matching fire along the large muscles on the front of the neck. Points 1 and 1 are located above the collarbone in the soft indentations on both sides of the notch at the top of the breastbone. Points 2 and 2 are halfway up the neck on the front of the large muscles. Points 3 and 3 are at the top of the neck on the front of the large muscles.
So you get a chance to see it. That's what we call matching fire. Lightly. That also works on all that thyroid issues that you can have and neck
Absolutely.
problems that are affecting the thyroid. So learn more about it. Go to our website, justtouch.com. We always like to keep this to 20 minutes so we don't bore Bev and myself. Oh,
Oh, please.
right. We could talk for hours. But we are going to leave you, and we will see you hopefully Thursday, or we will see you next Monday. And in 2 weeks, we have a very special guest. We hope you'll join us for that one. So, Bev, thank you much.
Thank you, Paul.
And
And have a great day.
bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain. So it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain